Well, today we're excited to welcome back a two-time guest, Katie Miller. She's director of brand development at Sight and Sound. Katie has been a part of this incredible ministry for over 35 years, and as the oldest grandchild of Sight and Sound's founders, she's passionate about carrying its legacy into the future. With the 30th anniversary season of Noah nearly sold out in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, Sight and Sound is now partnering with Fathom to bring their groundbreaking production to theaters nationwide beginning September 18th. Audiences everywhere will be able to experience Sight and Sound Noah live, filmed in front of a live audience on their stage. Well, we're so thrilled to talk with Katie today about this exciting new chapter and what it means for the impact of over the decades and what it means. So thank you so much, Katie, for chatting with me.
Thanks for having me. It's so great to be here.
Yeah. So this first premiered around 30 years ago. Why do you think this story has stood the test of time and continues to connect with the audiences today?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I actually have two answers for you. Hopefully that's okay. One is just the show itself. When it first premiered 30 years ago, up until that point, we had really only been doing more so like review style shows. And when the show first hit the stage, we kind of all had this moment of going, oh, this is what we're called to do, like bringing the Bible to life on stage in a big, spectacular way. And truthfully, we've never looked back. Every show that we've produced since has been a big, epic Bible story. And so it's such a special part of our history. And then in addition to that, we've had audiences for 30 years experiencing this show. So we're getting constant comments from people saying, I came and saw it as a kid and now I'm bringing my kids, or I had this experience with my grandparents and now my parents are bringing our whole family. And so it's been this multi-generational experience of connecting with the story and with the show. And the message has stood the test of time. You know, the message of faithfulness, the message of salvation is woven throughout the entire show. And I think audiences continue to connect with that just as much today as they did 30 years ago.
Yeah. Now, have you had anybody that was in this 30 years ago that still has a role in the play?
We do. So our lead Noah, his name's Tom Sharps. He was in the show 30 years ago. We also have our stage manager, supervisor. He was in the show 30 years ago. And so we have several people both on stage and behind the scenes that would have been here for that very first run, which is really fun to have all of the memories throughout the years.
Wow. Now, is this production of Noah that will be in the theaters? Is this going to be different than what people have seen on the stage?
No, it is the full show and it is the show captured live in front of an audience. And so we actually haven't filmed it quite yet. We're filming it next week and we will be filming it in one take on a
Oh,
Friday
wow.
with a full audience and turning around and getting it out to movie theaters. Literally, like we have 24 hours to kind of get the file together and get it out to movie theaters so that it can be there in time for September 18th. So it's quite an undertaking, but it's a really fun one too.
Wow. Now, if they mess up somehow, they're going to say, "Okay, cut. Let's redo this because it's in film."
We can't. It is way too intricate of a production to stop and go back. So like once that show is going and those animals are running down the aisles, there's really no looking back. So it is captured true live, and we're super excited for just the energy that comes with that too.
Wow.
And
Now,
pressure.
for,
Pressure brings a lot of really good
right,
energy.
yeah, no pressure, no pressure at
Yeah.
all. So you guys are known for your big scale and creativity. What were some of those challenges in bringing Noah's Ark and the flood to life on stage?
Yeah, I mean, animals is a big one. We have over 100 animals, live animals on stage and in the aisles. So many of them run freely to get to where they're supposed to go, and it is a really fun part of the whole experience for sure. We also have a cast of 50, and then the Noah set pieces are some of the largest we've ever produced. They're 40 feet tall. They wrap the whole way around the stage, and because we have new technology now for our newer shows and the way that they're built, they're a lot lighter. Many of them are automated and run on motors. This show is 30 years old. The sets are 30 years old. And so they're big and they're heavy and they're really fast moves. It's amazing to watch what the crew pulls off behind the scenes. I wish we could sell tickets to that part of the show too, because it's a sight to behold.
Wow. Now you said, okay, 50 people. How many animals are involved? roughly?
We have 100 live animals and then 100 animatronic animals in the arc as well. So at when that Act Two opens and the arc surrounds the audience, there's over 200 animals on stage, and it is a spectacle. I don't think we've done anything since that quite competes with that moment of those curtains going up and all of a sudden that arc interior lights up and you are truly inside the arc. It's amazing. It's so fun.
Now, do the live animals do they interact okay with the animatronic ones?
They do. We have a very skilled and focused and wonderful animal training team, and we have something here that's called Animal Integration Days, and it's where we have days and days on end where the animals are getting acclimated to all of the different parts of the show. So the lights and the cameras and the set pieces and the animatronic animals, and we run the show and the scenes that they're in at like 25% of the sound and 25% of the lights that we're not startling them and gradually increase. And so it's a whole process to make sure that they truly are comfortable. We want them to be happy and enjoying what they're doing. And so we're very careful to make sure that we're not just startling them and kind of throwing them on stage. It's a whole process that is, it's fun. We're always like, oh, today's Animal Integration Day. That's fun. And walk down and watch the animals get used to all of the different show elements. And
Wow.
actually, we'll do the same thing for the cameras too. So when we have all the cameras loading into the theater for the capture of the show, we have a whole afternoon set aside for the animals to get acclimated to the cameras. We'll let them all smell them and meet the crew. It's a whole fun afternoon.
Wow. Now the people that it's this is interesting. So the people that work on the animatronics that created them, do they have some sort of background like with Disney or Universal or like where do you find these people to do these?
We have an amazingly talented group of people. They really do come from all over. And the team that takes care of the animatronic animals is the same team that does all of our special effects for our shows. And so they're the ones that help to figure out how we're going to part the Red Sea, how we're going to for Daniel, like do the den of lions and all of the different elements that we do. And so the animatronic animals are a part of what they do on the bigger scale. But yeah,
Yeah.
crazy talented. I can't even begin to articulate what they do and how they do it.
So you've been a part of Sight and Sound since you were 4. How has the ministry grown and evolved over the years?
In more ways than we have time to describe today. No, in all seriousness, when I was younger and first on the stage, it was truly a family business. The only employees were family members. We had a few neighbors in there. And it was such a, wonderful, unique experience of coming to work every day as a kid with cousins and aunts and uncles and siblings and parents and grandparents. In our world, it was our family business, just like you have a family farm or anything else. And since then, it is just wild to watch what the Lord has done from those first small, very humble beginnings to, 800 employees, 2 locations, our streaming platform and movie theater experiences reaching people in all 50 states and 170 countries across the world. And just the way that the technology has advanced, so many things have grown and changed. But I will say, the thing that has not changed is our passion for using storytelling to present the gospel and to bring hope to a hope-hungry world. That has been the same since day one and hopefully remains the same for as long as we have the opportunity to do this.
Yeah. What does it mean to you that the impact that Sight and Sound has globally, across the world? You just said it, and I don't know the stats or what kind of people like. Do you hear stories of the people that come see the shows or in the theaters, like from other countries that make those special trips just to see these shows?
Yeah. I mean, it's overwhelming to be completely honest. And I think a lot of days, like it's my mom actually always says this. I'll quote my mom. It's really easy to look at the numbers and see numbers or see walk out, on a day that we have a sold out show and see 2,000 people sitting in the theater and go, oh, there's a lot of people here. But one of the things that we always try to remember is that all of those people and all of those numbers represent an individual person that the Lord is so, so focused on and loves so very much. And so, when we get letters, we just got one a couple of weeks ago about a woman whose young daughter was going through some health concerns and having nightmares at night. And they started watching some Sight and Sound shows on Sight and Sound TV. And the little girl said, "Mom, I'm not afraid anymore. I know if God can protect them and be with them, he can be with me too." And that's what I try and always keep in front of me is, yes, the numbers and all of the different things, but they're all representing individual people with their own stories and having, the Lord work in their lives just as he worked throughout all of, these Bible character stories that we're representing on a regular basis.
Mm. So, looking to the future, what do you think with technology changing so much? And with AI and everything, what do you think the next 20 years holds for Sight and Sound? Like, what technology are you guys already looking at, or,
Yeah.
what can we expect with the
I mean,
technology?
I don't know how to answer the technology question, truthfully. I think I continue to just be astounded at what our teams do on a regular basis. But what I will say is what we're so excited to continue to, even 5 years ago, if somebody would have told us we're going to be doing feature films and have a streaming platform, I think we would have been so surprised. We didn't expect any of this to be in our future. And yet here we are. And so our heart is to continue to be sensitive to what the Lord is asking of us, to what he's calling us to, and to bring our whole selves to work every day to do the work that we feel called to do with excellence, and then trust him with the rest, really. I mean, there's been so much, both the highs and the lows of our journey, that the Lord's faithfulness is woven all throughout. And so trusting him with whatever the next 20 years looks like. I hope we're still here. I hope we're doing it and continuing to grow. But our passion is to say every day, "Lord, what do you have for us?" And then continue to follow in those steps.
Yeah. Is there any animals that you guys have in the show that are very unique that like you get excited to see when you guys do this production, not just like the horse or
Yeah,
these
sure.
the simple animals, I
Yeah.
guess you would say, but is there certain animals you're like, wow, those are so cool?
My own personal favorite are the skunks. We have two defunct skunks. They don't smell, thankfully, and they are just the cutest things. And our team did a fantastic job training them to go into they run up into the ark all by themselves. It's the cutest thing. And it was funny. We were talking to one of the animal trainers, and she said, when we got the skunks, I did some Googling, and there's not really a lot of information on how to train skunks. So we just had to figure it out. Yeah, like you don't say, there's not a lot of info out there, but they did an awesome job. They're the cutest things, and one of my own like personal highlights of the show. It's so fun to watch them do what they do.
You should have them run down the aisles so you get people's reactions, like thinking they're going to spray them or something.
I know, it's amazing. They're so fun. You hear the audience too. The second they go out in this little crate and they're put on the stage and they run up the arc, and you hear the whole audience like swell. It's so fun every time.
That's awesome. Well, you mentioned it earlier about the film. Obviously, we had you on when you guys did I Heard the Bells, and then your streaming platform. What are you guys looking to expand the streaming service and your movies? I know I saw something a while back that you guys are working on another movie. Can you tell us
Yeah.
any information on that?
I can give you a little sneak peek. So we have been working on another film for the last few years. It's called A Great Awakening, and it's the story of George Whitfield and Ben Franklin and the unlikely friendship that they had that really sparked the Great Awakening, which was such a pivotal moment in not just our nation's history, but truly the world's history. And it's going to be coming to movie theaters spring of 26. We're on the cusp of about to announce dates, but we're not there quite yet. But we're super excited that it'll be coming to movie theaters next spring and cannot wait for people to experience this super powerful story.
We'll definitely have to have you back on then because
Absolutely.
we loved I Heard the Bells, and I bought it last Christmas, and we watch it every year. Well, we yeah, since it's been out, but
Yeah.
I love it. I love the story, and it's one of my favorite Christmas songs. But
Yeah.
so last time we had you on, we did like a Christmas edition of this, but we like to have a little fun, shift gears a little bit. We're gonna do some favorite things. So I'm gonna give you a word, and you
Don't make
just
me sing. I was like, where is he going with this? Don't make me sing.
no, I'm not gonna make you. I'm not gonna make you sing. That's if you give the wrong answers, then you got to sing.
Oh no. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So the first one is, what is your favorite food?
Oh my goodness. I would have to say my favorite food in the whole wide world is homemade bread. There is nothing like a homemade, any kind of bread in the world. It's my favorite thing.
Okay. So my wife has started the sourdough process
It's
and
so good, man.
she's making bread, monkey bread, all
Mhm.
kinds of stuff. And
Yeah,
so our house is full of flour.
you can't go wrong. It's so good.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite movie
Oh my goodness, my favorite movie. That's a hard.
besides I
I was
heard
gonna say, can I say I heard the bells? Am I allowed to say that? I have to think for a minute. I do love movies, but I'm not used to being put on the spot about that, so I didn't have that in my head. Um, I would have to say this is like me. This is going back to my like kid years. But when I was a kid, the movie this is going to be like so whatever. But the movie Anna and the King came out, and I had grown up. I love books, and so I was reading The King and I, and to see that adaptation on film when I was a kid, I loved it. I got it for Christmas one year, and I watched it over and over and over. And so I'll say that's still one of my favorites, just because it was near and dear to my heart as a kid.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite show that you like to watch or binge?
Good question too. Uh I actually just watched, oh no, now I'm gonna forget. It was a documentary on the life of Barbara Walters that's out right now. And it
Okay.
was so good. It was just so fascinating to hear her life. I love people's stories. So anything that's like going behind the scenes of people's life stories is fascinating. And she just led such a fascinating life, meeting so many people. So it was fun. I forget even where it's at right now, but I just watched it not too long ago. It was so good.
And I love the way she talked. Like she had the
Yeah.
coolest voice.
She did. Yeah. And she, like, I think what I didn't realize, like, she started her career so young. Like, I remember her in obviously this season, and she was one of the first, female news anchors ever in the history. And it's just like fascinating to watch her story of breaking so many rules, so to speak, and then becoming just so well known and having such a good heart, I think, in the process too. So I enjoyed it.
Yeah. So since this is a music podcast, do you have a favorite musical artist of all time?
Oh my. Yeah, and you're like, I think the Christmas one was easier for me. It was like, what's your favorite Christmas cookie? I can answer that in a heartbeat. No, I would say favorite music artist. I mean, honestly, I do actually listen to a lot of praise and worship. So like I love, I love Brandon Lake. I love Maverick City and Bethel and all of it. That's who I mostly am listening to on a regular basis. When I was a kid, it was like Michael W. Smith and Amy Grant. Like they were,
Oh yeah.
yeah, what it was. The
They're
sound.
still going.
I know. I love it.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
I had a thought. I don't know if y'all have ever thought about this, but wouldn't that be cool to have Brandon or someone like that do an exclusive song for Sight and Sound, like a show or a movie or something?
Yeah, no, we actually it was a conversation around A Great Awakening because we do have an original song in the film, and we talked about getting it covered, and it's still a conversation, but we haven't gotten too far with that one yet. So maybe we'll
Yeah.
keep considering it.
Yeah. Is there a dream production that you would like to do at Sight and Sound?
Me personally, dream production. Um, I hope that someday we get to do the show of Elijah. It's not one that's on the docket
Mm,
coming up, but I think that there's some just parts of his story that we all like you just don't think about. And when you read his story from start to finish, it's just wild. He led such a wild life. So I hope someday we get to do Elijah.
yeah. Do you have a favorite ice cream flavor?
I do. Mint chocolate chip,
Oh man, that's
which one of my best friends tells me is like eating frozen toothpaste, but it's still my
yes.
favorite.
And it's the only ice cream you eat afterwards, and you drink anything and it tastes weird
It's
after.
true. It's true. I hear you. I get it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then the last one, do you have a favorite podcast?
I do. I listen almost every single week to Bridgetown podcast is my favorite.
Okay,
In Portland, Oregon, but yeah, that's one of my favorite ones.
nice. Now, I don't know if you can give us the exclusive or not, but can you tell us about any upcoming shows in the next few years that you guys will be doing that are new?
We sure can. Next year, coming to Lancaster, we have our brand new premiere show called Joshua. So we've not done that one before, and we're super excited. It's fun to walk through the shops right now and see the sets starting to, well, not starting to, like well on their way to being built and completed. We're in the middle of recording the soundtrack for that show. And so Joshua will be here in Lancaster. We have David for its final season in Branson. And then we have not yet announced what's coming after that. So that's as far as I can take you.
Maybe, oh, I don't know. Who knows?
Elijah. I'll give you that. Not Elijah. You can guess
Not
it.
Elijah. Yeah. So where can people get tickets to see Noah?
Yeah, if you want to get tickets, go to noahevent.com. You can put your zip code in there, find a theater near you, and book your tickets right there on the site.
Okay. And it'd be September 18th for a week. Now, if it does well, will it be longer? Will it be extended?
Yes, it will. So we hope we have a great turnout and we get it extended a little bit, but at least for that first week, it'll be in movie theaters.
Okay. Awesome. Well, Katie, to wrap up, I'd like to see if you'd be willing to share something that God's been doing in your life recently that would help build our viewers and listeners' faith.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. One of the things that I think the Lord has really been impressing upon me this year is both just kind of walking through life with a posture of rest. I'm in a really busy life season here at the theater, but I also have 3 teenagers that are all in sports and everything else. And even just yesterday, I thanked a friend of mine who I was telling her, I was like, oh, I'm having a week. It's just so overwhelming. I feel so like there's just a lot going on. And she responded back in a voice memo and just said, just remember, like, the Lord is doing the work. You get to just play alongside him. Like, that's what he's asking us to do, is walk alongside him. And it was like this moment of like, right, okay. And so I took a deep breath, took a little walk actually, and was able to process. And so, we live in such a busy, busy, busy society. And there's fun to it. I'm a pretty high octane person. I like to go, go, go. But just trying to find those spaces of restfulness. Yes, on Sundays and having a Sabbath day with my family, but also just in the middle of the workday too, being able to pause for a couple of minutes and say, all right, Lord, don't let me miss you in whatever you're doing in this conversation or whatever you want to do in the conversations that are to come yet today. So that's what I've been focused on this year. And it's not always easy. There's a lot flying all the time.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, Katie, thank you so much for chatting with me. Noah, September 18th for 1 week. And what was that website again?
noahevent.com.
noahevent.com. Well, thank you so much for chatting with me.
Yes, you're welcome. It's so good to see you again. Thanks for having me.
You too. Thanks.